a rich heritage of educators. Both of her maternal parents were educators, so it comes with no surprise that she would make education her focus. Miss Richardson is celebrating her 27th year in education. She has substantial experience in the industry, ranging from classroom teachers to a director of education. She is passionate about what she does and functions as a visionary leader who understands what success looks like and leads with integrity and drive. Before returning to the Bahamas in 2009, she held the office of Director of Education with Florida Education Center in Kaplan University on Grand Campus. For years, she hired and trained faculty for the company's tertiary education faculty, developing programs primarily for the training of new instructors. She organized, in some cases, facilitated professionals development workshops for the institution. She has also held several administrative positions in our tertiary educational institution. In the Bahamas, she served as a high school coordinator, where her primary focus was the teaching staff. She has also functioned as a development head and a classroom teacher for business studies. Today, she is actively training adults. Ms. Richardson holds a Master's in Business Administration and a Bachelor's of Science with her focus in education, counseling, and business, and is currently pursuing a Master's in Work and Learning with a focus in training and performance improvement. Ms. Richardson currently organizes and facilitates training workshops in leadership, kingdom principles, and professional development for teachers. She is a mentee of Dr. Miles Monroe and is passionate about spreading principles. She understands that the mind changes, lives subsequently changes. Therefore, she eagerly shares principles with people on a daily basis. Her desire is to die empty by fulfilling the purpose of God that God has created her for.
Amen.
Miss Richardson.
Amen.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. When you hear someone else talk about you, it humbles you.
Wow.
So I am humbled this morning.
Yes.
What an honor it is to be a part of your history.
Yes.
Thank you so much. History in the making. What an honor. What a privilege. Writing on the protocol that has already been established. I want to say thank you to Mr. Hart. Mr. Hart and I go a long way. We've been through a whole lot together, so I am proud of him.
Yes.
It's
Amen.
good to see him excelling.
Amen.
So today, every time I come to services like this, I always ask the same question. Why do we put the young people that we should be addressing to the place where we can't see them? So maybe that's something that we can look at in the future. Okay, so your theme today, which is loaded, is in pursuit of excellence. In pursuit of excellence. The word pursuit is a word that talks about movement. It talks about aggressive movement. It's talking about intentional movement. So when you're pursuing something, you can't stay still.
No. Wow.
Movement is involved in pursuing something. Then the other part to your theme says excellence. Now here's the thing about excellence. You see, excellence for me may not be excellence for you. So we have to be able to define what excellence looks like to the person who's pursuing it.
Yes.
Why? Because you want to know that you've arrived when you get there.
Yes.
That's right.
So if you're pursuing something, You need to know how it looks.
Yes, yes.
So that when you arrive, you know that you're there.
That's right.
That's
Yes?
right.
Yes.
So I say to our students, your measurement of excellence doesn't have to look like someone else's.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Because a lot of times we get caught up in trying to run somebody else's race.
Yes.
Run your race. Pursue the excellence. Believe it or not, it's inside. So the first thing before you can do anything is to discover who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And that discovery only comes through one person. And that's the Almighty.
Amen.
All right, so now let me start. So the first thing we want to talk about is actions. Because if you're talking about pursuing, you're talking about actions. You're talking about movement. You're talking about behavior. Behavior. So we're going to talk about behavior. And I believe John Quincy Adams helps us today. He said, if your actions inspire others to dream more, to learn more, to do more, to become more, you're a leader. So my question then is, how many leaders do we have in the house today? With that, we should all be standing, right? Because here's what he says. He said, your actions inspire others to dream more. So everything that you do, is it causing people to dream more? Is it causing them to want to learn more? Is it causing them to want to become more? If so, you're a leader. It's as simple as that. You see, I think we have defined leadership as a role or a position. But when you think about leadership, you should be thinking about a lifestyle. And if you think of leadership as a lifestyle, then it means from the very little one, age 2, to the very senior of us, we're all leaders. And so our lifestyle should be governed that way. And I think the most important part of a leadership or a leader's lifestyle is this word, attitude. So we're going to look at attitude today. I want you to say with me, attitude is everything.
Attitude is everything.
Okay, now see, I can tell where your attitude is.
Everything.
So say with me, attitude is everything.
Attitude is everything.
Here's why. Because you can get a degree, and it may take you to a certain level. You can finish your high school with 5 BGCSEs, with A, C through A, A's all the way. But those things will keep you where you want to go. If you don't have the right attitude as a leader, then those things will not keep you there.
That's true.
Your attitude will keep you in the right position. So say with me, attitude is everything.
Attitude is everything.
So when you're talking leadership, it's not about the roles. Because this morning, we are identifying some among us. But in all respect, we're all leaders. What we're doing is identifying some to lead us, but we all should be functioning as leaders. How do I know that? When our Father gives us principles to live by, He doesn't say, this is for one, a female, this is for a male. He tells us all to love.
That's right.
He tells us all to be self-controlled. He tells us all to be disciplined. So when we choose some from among us, we try to put them on a pedestal. But actually, we should all be thinking the same way. Because how will I know if they're demonstrating the life that we are placing them to live if I'm not living that same life? So too often, we ascribe to some the position as a leader. But we're all leaders. And if we're thinking like a leader, then our attitude is that of a leader. So the question then is, what does that look like? What does an attitude of a leader look like? Self-control. What does that mean to be self-control? It means that I don't need the principal to follow me all day for me to do what I'm supposed to do, for me to follow the rules. Because I'm self-controlled. I'm controlling myself based on the principles that I've been taught. It means to be disciplined. So it means that when it's time to play, I'm playing. When it's time to study, I'm studying. When it's time to be focused, I'm focused. And while we may be addressing the younger leaders, that holds true for us as adult leaders as well.
Amen.
We need to be disciplined.
That's true.
Because if we're disciplined in the house, then it trickles down to our younger leaders as well. So we need to be disciplined in our homes. So discipline looks like this. If the bell goes at 8 o'clock, we're here by 7:45. That's discipline.
That's discipline.
Right? Discipline is an extremely important part of a leader. But it comes from your upbringing. These are things that we should be taught in the home. So a lot of times, and I've been in education for a long time, a lot of times as parents, we send them to school so that they can instill discipline into them. But as parents, our responsibility is to ensure that when they get to school, they're demonstrating that discipline.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. That's right.
So attitude is everything. When we're talking about attitude, we're talking about those set of emotions. And I know as Bahamians, we say, don't let this come out of me or don't let that come out of me. But when you are a leader with the right attitude, you hold your emotions intact. When you are a leader, student leader, or adult leader, when you are a leader, your beliefs demonstrate who you are. So, where are you getting your beliefs from? Because I can tell you what you believe based on what you do. So if you're here, the bell goes at 8 o'clock, and you're here at 9 o'clock, I can tell what you believe. All right? If you're supposed to collect a report from the teacher, I'll actually turn it in on Tuesday, but you decide you're going to turn it in on Friday, I can tell what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
You don't value that assignment, or you don't value education. All right? So your behavior tells us what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have put them on the side, but in actuality, we're talking to all of us.
That's right.
So what's your belief? We sing about it on Sundays, but on Mondays, do we live it? What's your belief?
Mm-hmm.
Your behavior tells me what you believe. And of course, we understand that that comes from your upbringing. So the home is extremely important
Very
to
much.
our leaders.
Very much.
The home is extremely important to our leaders. We don't wait until they are sworn in cabinet to try to polish them. Polishing begins right now.
That's right. That's right. Against the
So,
home.
you cannot be a good leader with a bad attitude.
No, sir.
Impossible.
Impossible.
A good leader has a good attitude.
Attitude.
Attitudes don't begin in cabinet.
No, sir.
We keep expecting our cabinet members to demonstrate something they don't have.
Mm.
Good attitude begins right here.
That's right. That's right.
So as parents, it is our responsibility to nip it in the bud. Don't play with it.
No.
Don't laugh at it.
No, sir.
Remember, you are responsible for the way our nation goes. We keep trying to rely on the government. The government can't do it. So, as parents, we're going to now focus on our attitude, understanding that our attitude determines their attitude. And their attitude determines the future of our nation.
That's right.
Again, as a parent, we're going to focus on our attitude because our attitude determines their attitude.
Very
And
good.
their attitude determines the nation's attitude. How do I know that? There are some things that we do today as Bahamians that we didn't do years ago. There are some things that we stopped doing that we used to do.
That's
we
true.
were our neighbor's keepers.
That's true.
Where did we lose the attitude?
Yeah.
And where did we pick up the other attitudes? Where we're filming someone who's dying or being destroyed. Attitude. A good leader has a good attitude. You cannot be a good leader with a bad attitude. So I'm going to ask the council to
Love
stand.
that. Love that. I love that.
We've selected the council, but they too must understand that you cannot be a good leader with a bad attitude. So we're not going to wait for them tomorrow. From today, we're going to hold them accountable. Because here's where we go wrong as leaders, adult leaders. We say they will change. And a year later, they still look the same. We're going to hold them accountable today.
Today.
So beginning today, we're going to start calling them what they should be. Good leaders. And the more we refer to them as good leaders, the more they will capture the vision and become a good leader. Here's what our problem is. We don't place a demand on our leaders. We elect them, but we don't place a demand on them. And I can tell you that's true. When I went to Prince Williams, I was a prefect. And we didn't do anything. We just held the name. They didn't place a demand on, so they didn't know what was inside. Because they never placed a demand on what's inside. So, find it out. You will place a demand on the gift that the Lord has placed inside them to be the leader that He has called them to be. You will place a demand on them. At home, you will place a demand on them so that they can begin to have the attitude of a leader. So, counsel, I want you to look at one another and say to the other person, hold me accountable.
Wow, that's it, that's it. That's
Hold me accountable.
Hold me accountable.
I will have the attitude of a good leader. Now I want you to look at everyone else. And I want you to say to them, hold me accountable. I can't hear you.
Hold me accountable.
I will have the attitude
I will have the attitude
of a good leader.
of a good leader.
Now you continue to stand. And now I want everyone else to say, we will hold you accountable.
We will hold you accountable.
Say it again. We will hold you accountable.
We will hold you accountable.
Because you will have the attitude
Because you will have the attitude
of a good leader.
of a good leader.
Thank you very much. Give them a hand as they take a seat.
Yes.
You see, too often we have services like this.
Yes.
And after today, there's nothing.
My God.
But we have to remember, when we conduct activities like this that are so serious, we have to be serious about it. And so we have to hold them accountable. Because He is holding us accountable.
Yes, He is.
Everything that we do is serious to Him. Because he believes in destiny. And they have a destiny. And so if we don't hold them accountable, what's inside of them may never be seen. You may never partake of it because you took of it lightly. And so I say to you today, yes, we are installing them. But for the rest of us, we have work to do as well. We are to hold them accountable for the position in which we are installing them. But we must also be examples of a good leader. Thank you.